So, hello everyone and welcome from sunny California to the second round of the IVRC Open Wheel Championship. We are racing here today, as said before, of course, in Sonoma, which was previously known as the Raceway in sunny California. And it's going to be a promising race, I hope. And I'm absolutely glad to take you through an hopefully exciting and interesting race. Constant Gaming at the mic for you, of course, and we are just jumping straight into qualifying at any moment's time now, and we are looking forward to see what's going to happen. Of course, race 1 winner is not present today, so that means a huge leap will definitely happen in the championship standings. We have, I think, have to quickly check it. 23 drivers in the grid right now, and the drivers are getting ready to qualify at any moment's time. 10 minutes, so it's an action-packed and short qualifying. Very interesting. Originally thought it should be 15 minutes, but apparently it has been shortened to 10 minutes. Game has synchronized up as well. Getting ready. But nevertheless, one Mark's first round. But anyways, first car on the line is Jesus, so we'll try to catch up with him and see when the lights go out to get the drivers underway for today's qualifying. You can see everyone's lining up. Trying to go out as soon as possible and trying to get as many laps in as possible. We're here at the roller coaster, and we have green lights. Yeah, Sonoma, quite a tricky track, and of course quite difficult track. Super interesting here. Major key for the race strategy as well. Here today, so as you can also see, very interesting all those bumps and very unfortunate right now that Hiroshima appears to think that she fixing it forward. Let's turn me up, see how that goes. Well, I just have to basically run it blindly. And perfect. Okay, I can hear myself in the stream. That means you guys can hear me as well. And thank you, Jose, for reporting it back. And let's just jump straight into the second round of the 2020 OWC, the Open Wheel Championship, here from sunny California at the Sonoma Raceway, previously known as the Infineon Raceway. And we are in the qualifying session and see that we see Karlsruhe going around the circuit in the yellow, white and blue MPG car. And the chase for the pole position has just begun. Of course, it's not really a pole position, is it? As we have a rolling start. But Jesus Chilas was the first car on track, so he's apparently one of the first to set a time. There's one car ahead of him, no idea who that is or if he's even able to set a time yet. Must have been one of these guys without a livery, unfortunate. While I have major connection issues to the main viewer right now. Oh, it's Max Verker, who's actually trying to set a time first, but had no chance to defeat himself from the attempt of Jesus Chirinos, who's turned himself to be a good racer in OWC as well. But then again, his ping is perhaps not what the race control wants to see right now. As Richard Wanders now takes pole position in the Moronta racing car. Very interesting livery, gotta say. It gives me some vibes of one of my previous liveries that I've been racing in one of previous leagues. And gotta say, really beautiful livery, nevertheless. Going back to the racing action, Diogo Moscato, who's giving his OWC debut for today, is running in 4th after first shot at times. Bernard Roos running in 5th currently, and Diogo Staudis on home soil, as he's American. Basically, most of the races are home soil, aren't they? Of course, in 7th right now, Kenneth Ragland is going into pole position. He is having major issues in TCC, but none of them appear to apply for OWC. All of that at IVRC, of course, and he's just been beaten by, wrong person, Lucas Miranda, Brazilian super quick in LMP2 in our WEC. You see plenty of different series where the guys come from. One of these beautiful black and orange machines with the grey highlights on the roll hoop. He's currently having the lead in, and let's just check on the other guys. Kenneth Ragland, can he strike back after the first shot is done? Sorry, absolutely no idea where the timing sector is. Should have worked on that beforehand. But that should go very quickly. Like grab a track net and then we're good to go. Kenneth Ragland trying to get P1 back, and he's looking good currently. 3/10 up on the second sector, which means that he should have pole position by the end until he messes up majorly, which can always happen, especially around a tricky track like Sonoma is, of course. Major lock-up into the last corner. Running wide, oh, that's hugely costly. Michael Teichmann in between has taken the lead. But Kenneth Ragland improves back to 2nd, while Michael Teichmann is totally not impressed by that. Anyway, he's running in 1st in the Jaguar-styled, somehow Jaguar-styled TM Blue Motorsports car. Jumping over the crest right here, and he's already up another 3/10 of his own time for pole position. So you can see times massively dropping right now, and it's hard to keep all the times in check at the same time. Gabriel Solomon now in 2nd. He just gave his TCC debut yesterday, and he's now running for the first time around in OWC, while Michael Teichmann, we saw him running a little bit strange around the hairpin. I've been told also that we have 24 drivers for today, apparently. But yeah, here we are. Michael Teichmann not gaining any further on his own time. Kenneth Ragland maybe with the chance to strike back, but there's also plenty of other runners, of course. We just take the intermediate time. Kenneth Ragland currently behind. Gabriel Solomon, another one of these Moronta racing cars. Very beautiful livery, as I said before. Definitely strikes out or stands out a little bit. And this guy is, of course, a real-life racer, and you can see his lap time or his sector time right now. He's down on P1, but up on his personal time. So but yeah, he is one of the his front row cars in front of him. So perhaps that's holding him up a little bit, which will he surely not be happy about. It's Jonata Sperto, and these guys are very interesting. Salomon actually overtaking Sperto in the last corner. That means, however, that Salomon doesn't take any advantage of the cars ahead. Gabriel Brosinski just turned into 3rd, one of the Bravo Racing cars that had super huge success in the first race, gaining a 2nd and 3rd. And I'm wondering where their best runner Lucas Murno is for today, because he should have been in for a good shot, or he was in for a good shot. There was someone running really wide. Must have been either Stwerka or John McDonald, the Australian. It's all Australian in the field. Brusensky and Chirinos. Oh, I'm quite sure they've collided, but there was another car in the way. That was one of the white car again. That must have been at this point. I'm quite sure that Francisco Vasquez. Oops, sorry guys, take it back. Everything I said before. Francisco Vasquez struggling really hard to get used to these tires, and he's now stuck into the humping also the tire wall. Very interesting technique to get more out of your car, I guess. Philip Holland also spun around, and there's another one spinning. That was one of the Moronta racing cars. That's just mean so everyone's struggling right now with tires. Richard Warren is going back into the bits as we go into the final 2 minutes of the session. And let's just focus on the top 5, perhaps, current top 5. We can see Kenneth Ragland not having the best time right now. He's trying to make him ground for another lap, but he is actually, oh no, he just came out of the pits and just run wide. That surely doesn't help the condition of his tires either. And he's running wide once again now, just letting traffic go through very, very wisely. Oh, Teichmann nearly getting collected by someone standing there. You can say drivers struggling quite a lot, as I said before when you guys couldn't hear me. Tire degradation will be massively key here for the whole race, and of course these guys who can save the tires the most will have the biggest advantage, which is very interesting, or will be very interesting through the races. Through the race, actually, we just have one race today. Eichmann, however, avoiding another spinning car. Great reaction time from him, I gotta say, old man, you're doing well. But he's not improving on his time either. Pedro Lopez, I was speaking about him before. No, I wasn't. I was speaking about Lucas Muller, but Pedro Lopez scored 3rd in in Watkins Glen, the opening race, and he's currently having the pole position as we see the times going down and stress rises for all drivers on track. Pedro Lopez not improving on his own time, definitely not for this lap, but perhaps he can give in another shot. So does Michael Teichmann, sorry, trying to get the pronunciation right. Trying to give another shot, he is, and definitely wants to get pole back. He's up 3/10 of at this. Oh, there was another car in the way, but I think he should be fine. Actually, it's just 2/10. Sorry, misread that. But anyways, Teichmann definitely in for a shot for the pole position. That's also his last attempt right now. Can he make it around the hairpin? Beautifully executed. It will be very interesting to see how he's dealing with the bumps that are coming up in the S's right now, which is very majorly here. Cars become very loose, and now into the chicane. He's down in first, but not by much. And he's improving his own time once again. If he can keep it up, that's going to be super interesting if he can make it stick. Also, Pablo Lopez has another shot as well. He was just crossing the finish line and just should have been in time, but you can see Teichmann perfectly executing the hairpin right now. And is it pole position for now? Yes, it is, by quite a margin. Unfortunately, I can't read it, which is super unfortunate. 2.6 tenths basically, but Pedro Lopez was able to get in another time, but he's giving up, so that's Michael Teichmann for now. Kenneth Rackham just stopped to Gustavo Brusensky as well. Salomon is also a hot prospect for pole position, or has always been. Ever since he showed up in live timing, he's always been up there. Can he make it touch the wall? But that doesn't help him gain pole position, but another position to get into 4th. So that means I think most drivers are done for the moment, and that means that I'll leave you alone with the pictures in a few moments time, as soon as the warm-up has started. Yep, everyone is done right now. And congrats Michael Teichmann for gaining pole position for the first time this year in any of the IVRC competitions in the TR Bluebus Motorsports car, slightly ahead of Pedro Lopez for Bravo Racing Team, continuing his success from race 1, and Kenneth Ragland finally making something out of his pace, his natural pace. He definitely will start in 3rd ahead of newcomer Gabriel Salomon. And that's gonna be a very, very, very interesting race. I can promise you already. Okay, guys, I'll leave you alone with the pictures for a moment, and then come back to you as soon as the race action basically prepares to get underway. So I'm back with you guys to bring you the live broadcast of the 2020 IVRC Round 2 here at the Sonoma Raceway in California. Very interesting chat I just had with Carlos Frau, who's been complaining about another fellow driver blocking him basically in qualifying, he just claimed, and being punted off by him as well. So yeah, emotions already running high, and it's going to be a very difficult race for these guys to fight out, especially as I said before, tire degradation will be absolutely massive key around this track. Super aggressive on tires it is, and people will try or will have to spare tires as long as they could to have any chance of improving their position, unless of course you have Michael Teichmann, who's starting in first and will bring us around the field in about 2 minutes time to get us underway for the formation lap, which is going to be very interesting. Start was quite chaotic at the first round at Watkins Glen, but race control made sure to brief all drivers once again before this race just a few minutes ago, and to see that the starting procedure goes well this time. So everything's definitely set for an exciting and interesting race, driver side and technical side, of course. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how things will develop during the race. We've seen how quickly it could have changed for some of these guys in Watkins Glen when the tire degradation hit basically a cliff and went off as the time of the warm-up finally runs out. So race should start at any moment's time now. Tire degradation was quite a thing in Watkins Glen already, and few people were struggling with it as soon as the tires hit the cliff and went basically, not only went over it, but plummeted down miles deep into whatever was behind that cliff. And yeah, drivers of course claiming to have their fair struggle with the tire degradation, and as I said before, cannot stress it even often enough. It will be super interesting to see what's going to happen here today. Of course, top runners, which is very, very odd. Both top runners that we have seen in Watkins Glen are not here today. Sven Geelhout and Lucas Murno, they have been first and second, and we're fighting basically for the whole race about the lead until the very end. And both are not present today, and it's bit odd, as said before, but hey, at least that gives another driver the chance, and it looks like it's either Teichmann or Pablo Lopez at the moment. Pedro Lopez, sorry, Brazilian. Pablo Lopez is Spanish. Very similar names and easily to get mixed up, but Pedro Lopez is the guy with the S at the end, and Pablo Lopez currently in 8th on your timing tower on the left side. In 8th with the Z at the end. Times run out. I have no word from race control that we are going on to the race session soon. But then again, sometimes it just takes a little bit to get everything sorted, especially the grid, of course. And everyone who's ever been racing around in one of these esport competitions knows that sometimes it takes a little bit. But of course, that's only for the benefit basically for the benefit of drivers to get everything right. So, yeah, drivers waiting patiently in the pits. Someone is just racing around back there, and we're looking at Michael Teichmann, who's been unfortunately alone for another time, and he got his teammate registered for the series, but it's yet unclear if he will return for the action. He's been in a very interesting fight in TCC and the Touring Car Championship basically, and said he doesn't want to come back for now, and that leaves Michael Teichmann alone on pole position, so he doesn't have anyone to support him around him. While OS front row, one of these orange and black cars you can see massively in the background there, tend to have all of their 5 drivers, if I'm not wrong. Also notable, Kevin Voice, who's just been signed up for today's event basically a few hours ago for FRA Sim Racing. He's running for FRA Sim Racing's second team in the TCC, and he's giving his debut today, as well as I think it is. Let me search for them. Sorry. Kenneth Ragland was there in the first race, crashed out very oddly by going into the shortcut of Watkins Glen. which definitely doesn't work with IndyCar if you go the full track. And he basically saw the tire wall from the other side. Another one of these debutants for today is Gustavo Brusensky. I hope I get this name at least a bit right. Yeah, showed a good pace in qualifying. Diogo Moscato, also a recent sign-up for Moronta Racing, is just been impressive in pace, and now the times have actualized. Perfect. Time has been given, and the race will get underway at any moment's time now. And we will, of course, switch to Michael Teichmann, who is starting from pole position. Of course, it's a flying start at the Open Wheel Championship, which is slightly inspired by some very famous North American open wheel series, as you can perhaps guess by the track and car selection. And the drivers should get their cars on the grid very soon to have a formation lap done and then fly into a 53 laps long fight for the win here today in the IVRC OWC, I should say. And yeah, it's, as I said, going to be very interesting to see how all these drivers will perform over the course of the race. Teichmann also made it into the grid. That means the formation lap should be getting underway very soon. I think nearly everyone is already in the grid. Just 2 cars missing from what I can see. Perfect, we're all there, and the safety car should get off right now. Perfect, it does, and so the drivers do time by time to get the formation lap. Yeah, of course, and yeah, adrenaline gets rushed into your blood right now. Of course, it's just a sim race, but then again, it is a sim race, and it is a race after all. Drivers already going wide, trying to get the heat into the tires or not lose it, as the tires are not starting, of course, at optimum temperature. Yeah, everyone's trying to keep in double file formation apparently in the front, but none of them is actually. That's very interesting, very odd. Michael Teichmann has been told to use the pit limiter for a certain amount of time. But at this rate, he's definitely not close enough to the safety car to get us underway. So it will be very interesting to see if race control reacts at any moment, and see how things will go. Anyways, if the race gets underway, usually Automobilista, the simulation we are using, doesn't accept that if you as a leader drop too far off the safety car. We had that issue in Sebring in the WEC, which was the year opener basically for all of our IVRC competitions. But then again, who knows what exactly is in the hard code of Automobilista, except for the guys over the razor, which of course did a brilliant job. But sometimes it's very, very interesting to figure it out. And yeah, we'll see in a moment's time when and how the race will get underway. Hopefully it does, and I think it's time to run you guys through the grid in case we get there in time. Pedro Lopez will start in second, hoping to repeat a success from Watkins Glen. Kenneth Flagland finally making capital out of his brilliant pace. He usually has raw pace. Then Gabriel Salomon debuting for today ahead of Gustavo Brusensky in row 3, side by side with his teammate Andre Leite. Lucas Miranda, another Aus front row driver, in 7th. Diogo Moscato for Moronta Racing, also giving his debut, starting in 8th. Bernard Moos will start in 9th. Diogo Stuyt is starting in 10th on home soil. Richard Wanders, Dutch driver, in 11th. Carlos Frau and Laszlo Teglas will start side by side. No, actually not. Laszlo Teglas and Max Verko will start side by side. Pablo Lopez in 15th. Renata Spirito in 16th. John McDonald also in 17th. Philip Volland only in 18th, who's brilliant yesterday in TCC, but not so much this time. Angel Gonzalez in 19th, ahead of Francisco Vasquez starting in 20th. Felipe Muniz in 21st. Kevin Voice, judge driver, just signed up a few hours ago, starting in 22nd. And Michael Teichmann is now getting the grid underway. He's getting into formation, getting everyone into formation. And let's see if the game allows us to run through the race start. Coming close to the finish line. And do we start now? We do! Michael Teichmann gets off, and it's been a very good start for him. Good reaction time. We can also see Pedro Lopez trying to remain in second, and he did. He came under immediate attack from Kenneth Flagland, but he's not able to make a move onto onto P2, and everyone in front stays where they were. There have been major issues. There's been a car off already. Francisco Vasquez struggling, and who's that in front? What the hell is going on here? Philip Folland apparently still stuck. Okay, very interesting. I think we got a restart. I'm quite sure we got a restart for this, and yeah, it's gotta be. I just ask the race control when we how things are getting underway. It looks like, or it looked like to me, some of these guys weren't allowed basically into the race, which is very odd. I've never seen that issue coming up before. But it wasn't everyone, was it? It was just one of the few guys further down the order. I just really hope that this wasn't a safety car related at all. But hey, at least we got another chance. Michael Teichmann getting the field underway once again, and yeah, definitely with 22 drivers on the grid, it's going to be, I said it before, it's going to be a very interesting race. And formation lap once again getting underway. Hopefully Michael Teichmann is able to close in a little bit more on the safety car and thus getting everyone underway safely for the race. And he does. He doesn't stick in the pit limiter as he did before, and of course everyone's bunching up behind him already. It's not the side you want to see if you're a leader. Perfect, works a treat. We can look at the field here from this perspective quite well. Teichmann already pressuring the safety car. I'm quite sure he hoped that nobody does pressure him that much in the race, which is about to come up in a few moments time. And yeah, everyone's sticking double file once again. That surely doesn't give an all good. Sorry, I just ran out of English basically. I could voice, you can see him here going around the circuit. We'll stick with him for a while, as I hope this is not the last time we see him in the very beautiful FRA sim racing car. A lot of beautiful liveries around the grid. And switching back to Michael Teichmann, you can see is not warming up his tires at all. Very interesting. While everyone else in the grid, of course, is weaving and anticipating the start as much as we do, hopefully, and to get this finally underway correctly. This time, Michael Teichmann sticking with the safety car, so everything should be okay for Automobilista to get us underway for the 53 laps hassle around Sonoma circuit. It was one of these legendary IndyCar circuits that has been brought into the game as well. And yeah, as I said before, couldn't be more excited to actually host this race, or yeah, see them guys running. That is not so much the key, as I said, for tire degradation. It's absolutely massive key around this track and this series. Here we go now. These guys are now finally hitting in the pit limiter as they are supposed to do, and they are already in double file to get us underway for the race start here, second race start, and hopefully everything goes right this time. Michael Teichmann a little bit wide, perfect, keeping double file. Lopez closing up right behind him, and we will see, let's catch a good camera, we can see them right here. Perfect, and Teichmann is now approaching the start finish line. He should go underway right now. He does, accelerating, cars running very wide back there, and they have now gone off into the race, and Michael Teichmann already under pressure from Lopez, but he isn't able to make it second. Everyone's super cautious already through turn one. We could see that. Let's just quickly check if everyone got underway safely. There's 3 cars stuck on the grid. Jonatas Berto is already missing his rear wing. That means a pit stop. Felipe Muniz, his teammate, was also off. And I think Laszlo Teglas has been involved into an accident. But let's go back to P1. Michael Teichmann defending his lead as he jumps over this massive crest. Let's quickly stick with that camera. Whoops, sorry. I made a big mistake right there. I should never switch into the mouse cam. Remember that, man. Jonatas Berto already retired. Very unfortunate. John McDonald has been under attack from Francisco Vasquez, and these guys don't like each other. They never did, and they most likely not do this time. Philipp Volland's really slow accelerating, but let's go back to the lead battle. Michael Teichmann, who has to defend. He's made a little bit of a gap to P2 right behind him, who's been under pressure from now Gabriel Salomon in third. He's been in, he's just making his second appearance in IVRC overall, and he's definitely trying to impress, and he does by making another move stick against Pedro Lopez, who will not be too happy about it. Kenneth Ragland dropped down another position as well, but Gabriel Salomon, on the other hand, real life kart racer, will be super happy about it, and he's now looking his sights onto P1, while meanwhile Pedro Lopez ran a little bit wide out of turn 1, and he has now to defend from Kenneth Ragland, the German, just right behind him, trying to make a move to the inside, and perfect! Kenneth Ragland gaining another position back to where he started, and he's now back into third. Pedro Lopez down to fourth, and he will certainly not like that either. And now look who's coming up there. Lucas Miranda, who's been flying in every race in the LMP2 class, in our WEC, of course. And he's now looking to gain another position. Oh, Lopez super late at the brakes, runs into the back of Kenneth Ragland. He will also not be too happy about it. The team without a livery, Repsol Cynical Racing, once again, usually they do produce quite a good liveries. And oh, look at the drift Pedro Lopez had to take around this corner. Of course, it's super bumpy. It's super tricky to not fly off there and still stick your foot in full throttle. But anyways, Diego Moscato just gained 2 places from a starting position. Very good, very well done by him. And Gustavo Brzezinski dropped down a little bit. And oh, there's another one. Richard Wanders, the Dutch driver driving for Moronta Racing. And he's been slowed down. Of course, not want to take any profit of it. Very good sportsmanship. But then that doesn't affect Bernard Moos at all. And he was looking for the turn 1. That's actually turn 1, sorry. Looking for the inside of Richard Wanders just ahead of him, and gain in another position to go into, or gain back a position to go into 9th, but he didn't really make profit out of it. Oh, there was Pablo Lopez running very wide in turn 12. That could have gone very, very wrong, but he recovered to stay exactly where he was. Angel Gonzalez already up 6 positions in 13th. Very well done from him. And oh, there's Bruce. He's gone around, and he's been tagged by Philipp Volland, I think. No, that was Carlos Frau and Angel Gonzalez, 2 Spanish drivers running into the Polish. He's been facing backwards. As I said, super tricky track, and it's absolute entertaining already in the first 2 laps of the race. 2 laps done, 3rd lap we are in. And let's go quickly back to the fight for the lead. As we can see, Kenneth Ragland now trying to defend from Pablo Lopez. He's going to the inside, but runs wide, locks up and runs wide completely on his own. And Kenneth Ragland says, "Thank you very much. I'll just retake that position very quickly." Also, Lucas Miranda's just running wide as well. No, there's been Richard Wanders once again very slow. I think he made. Did he run into the back of another car? He must have done. Joe Garcia's Gasditis, in 10th, and Pablo Lopez in 11th. He's just gained another position, of course, with all the hassle that was going on with Bernard Moos. And the very much Penske-like Laszlo Teglas is driving in 15th, currently occupying the last points-paying position. Only points down to P15, not like the other very famous North American series. You can look at on real life TV, where you basically get points for every position you are in. Oh, there's been someone off. Oh, that's just a lot of time. Michael Teichmann? No. Oh, hell, that was just a timing error. I thought already. Oh, there's been another car round. Andre Leite, who's been running very well in Watkins Glen, but then again locks up right here, and he's now dropping down the order. I think he was running in 10th or something like that, even further up the order. Let's just quickly look in the replay what has happened here. I think he locked up and then ran. What has happened here? Oh no, he was spun round by one of the Bravo Racing cars. That must have been, no clue in any way, and surely not in any way to find out. But he was spun around by one of his Brazilian opponents, of course, half of the grid, actually. No, not half the grid, but 12 out of 40 drivers coming from South America. That's quite no, 13 out of 40 drivers, registered drivers, coming out of South America. So yeah, quite a big, huge South American influence, and Andrelajte trying to put that into play against Laszlo Teglas, Hungarian, in front of him. Laszlo Teglas was super uncompetitive in race 1, but looks to be a little bit more racy around this track for sure. He's not there to make any prisoners at all to take, of course, and he's trying to hold the Brazilian right behind him. Then again, just up front, it's Mark Sverker trying to defend from Bernard Moos. These guys are miles off each other in TCC currently, but they're close to each other. In OWCs, Bernard Moos locking up slightly, but Sverker is not able to retake the position he just lost against him. Oh, he has to go into the gravel and then rejoin it. Oh, that's very dangerous to do, because these bombs will definitely throw you off, but no position gained or lost from any of those guys, and Andrelajte still hasn't found a way around Laszlo Teglas. Neither did Carlos Frau around, Leite just ahead of him. Felipe Muniz has to defend from Kevin Boyce, who's, as I said before, just making his debut for today. And Boyce actually not that bad on the brakes, but both of them run wide. Looked like for the moment Andrelajte just lost the position. Look at that. Carlos Frau moving up into 15th and running super close to the curb right there. However, we also have to take a look at the lead battle, which is pretty much decided at this point, it looks like. 7 seconds already in 5 laps. That shows you how dominant Michael Teichmann is today. Absolutely impressive drive so far, and he's just gently sliding it around the corner to make even more time out of his opponent, Pedro Lopez. I wonder that it must have been something to Solomon, exactly. Solomon and Ragland must have had a moment, and Solomon, nice, taking a capital out of a quick slide from Ragland just ahead, and of course Lucas Miranda now up into 3rd. That's new territory for him as well, and going to be very interesting to see how the tire degradation will come into play in moments. Oh, Kenneth Ragland diving into the pit lane, and let's hope he hits the pit limiter at the right moment. He does, and going into the pits as the first one of all these front-running cars. Very interesting. He started on the red tires. That's an odd choice. I think no one else around him did that, as we just saw. Kenneth Ragland, Francisco Vasquez retired, one of the 13 Americans already out of the race. And also Saulius Laurinavicius. Was it? Laurinavicius? No, Renato Asperto, of course. Another one of the South Americans out of the race. Very unfortunate, but here we are, Kenneth Ragland going on the on the black tires, of course. And there's another driver, and he's going into the wall. Is that Max Sverker? How the hell did he end up there? But there's his pit stop. He just pitted. Did he retire from the race? No, he's just there, still running, apparently. No, he DNF'd. Okay, very interesting, very odd as well. Hope to catch him in a second for a quick interview. Or in the booth in general. Very odd to see what happened there.
User joined your channel.
And here he is, Max Sverker. What the hell has just happened?
Well, I guess the physics struck me.
The physics struck you, okay, that's very unfortunate, I guess. But anyways, it's been, you are here.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Perfect. Yeah, you said I should check your volume, and it does feel quite good. So here we go, finally taking you with me into the commentary booth once again. So welcome back to the other side of the racetrack. Okay, let's quickly go into the lead battle. It's pretty dominant right now. Diogo Moscato must have had was that? I'm getting confused with all these blue and black cars right now. Gabriel Salomon into the pits as well. Has he retired from the race? Please don't say he did. No, he's just doing a regular pit stop. Okay, at least. Yeah, Mark. How did the race opener start? How did the race opener feel for you?
Yeah, well, definitely wasn't my best race. The thing is, I quickly realized after the first few laps that I was going yeah, pretty slow. Seen that in the qualifying already, but I didn't expect anything else, so I was pretty fine with that. Was pretty happy to qualify as, I guess, 14th. But yeah, the big deal is just that I can't really control the cars. The physics are too slippery for my gamepad driving style. So yeah, I quickly realized that I can't handle the car on track as it's sitting on every bump, and if I turn in at the same moment, my car will pretty much go flying around. So yeah, I just went back to the pits on my own and call it a quit, because I won't risk any other drivers today. I guess that's that's the best way.
Okay, very unfortunate. Still, well, I'm trying to get things sorted, which is not that easy to do, listening to you and getting things sorted. Just quickly trying to get you implemented into the session back, and then we can do all of this commentary stuff together, which is very interesting to do. When was the last time we commentated there? Wasn't it like just a few... Anyways, wait, give me a second. Okay, perfect. So now I'm completely back with everything I should do, like commentating the race, for example. Michael Teichmann just maintained his lead over Pablo Lopez, who's stable at the gap in for something between 7. Yeah, Pedro Lopez running a sole race at the moment. Diogo Moscato in third as well. Gustavo Brusensky, however, just been in fourth. He's not too far. Oh, big slide from him. He's not too far ahead of Joe Gust. No, is it? It is Richard Wanders actually, and yeah, Gustavo Brusensky on his debut in OWC doesn't have the experience all these guys have around him. Of course, it's just one race more, but then again, one race can make a hell of a difference if you're completely new to a series. And yeah, Brusensky will definitely have a lesson to learn, like everyone else, of course, but then again, not much of a lesson, as Richard Wanders doesn't have as much of a lesson to learn as Brusensky, for example. And Richard Wanders definitely wants to gain of that knowledge he wants to have. He does the knowledge advantage he has over Brusensky. And trying to make a move very soon, as the pit window is coming up, I think, very soon as well. Black tires should last for about 13 laps, if I'm not wrong. And the sooner Wanders is able to get a move done, especially on the degrading tires, the better it is for him.
Yeah, I've heard already from some drivers that they are thinking about doing a two-stop strategy by extremely saving tires. That could get pretty interesting during the race if we see someone from the lower back of the field, like Philip Volland, trying to do a two-stop and saving around 30 seconds or 35 seconds of pit stop.
Ooh, have you seen that? Richard Wanders is super aggressive on the brakes. Like he was absolutely going left and right, and very lucky to save it actually, I think. But he's absolutely eager to go into fourth and showing Gustavo Brusensky who's the boss around Sonoma circuit, Sonoma Raceway actually, for the moment. And Moronta Racing, Jose, who just told me before that that my sound is too silent, will be happy to see that. Team owner, of course, of Moronta Racing, he is, and he sees his driver attacking Brusensky for fourth, and then again the team owner of Bravo Racing Team it is. Sorry, of course not too happy to see his car under attack for 4th position. But Mark, do you think in this state, of course, and also there's Pablo Lopez coming in, is it even worth to defend as much as you can, or do you just try to survive as long as you can?
Yeah, the thing is to take a look on your own strategy, which you've planned from the beginning. As you're going defensive, you're risking all tires, and also as you're going as aggressive as as Richard Wanders here in this early stage of the race. I don't think that it makes that much sense at the moment, as those flat spots on the tires really make your driving uncomfortable in those cars, and I don't really know if that's the true deal. Also, like I mentioned, if there are a few drivers doing a two-stop strategy, this risky driving style could get or could end up in pretty bad situations, dropping down the whole order of the field just by tapping someone on the back and spinning around or something. And now they go 3 wide. Guess Lopez got a little bit pushed out.
I think it was just Brzezinski. I think it was Brzezinski just losing the rear a little bit. But yeah, as you said, these guys on the long strategies will definitely will be excited to see that Philip Folland was actually gaining a second. Lopez was thinking about a move, but
he was
thought better of it. Yeah, Philip Folland actually gained a second. You say that while these guys were continuing fighting. And now Lopez once again to the inside into the hairpin, super tricky spot to overtake. But we saw it working before, and it did not this time. But Lopez then again into turn 1. That's where did you get that speed from?
Yeah, I guess that was a massive mistake by Brzezinski, who was tapping the wall on the right, and therefore losing much of speed. Also now Mrouz at his back, doing an impressive job at the moment.
After spinning around,
he climbed up the order very, very smooth and very fast. I remember him driving behind me around lap 2 or so, so that's absolutely impressive what he's doing at the moment. And I guess he's trying it now.
He does, definitely. Moves on the inside in the orange car, and Brzezinski on the outside couldn't do anything about it. He's just been swamped at this moment and losing 3 places, sorry.
Yeah.
Within... Lopez! No, that's Wanders.
Wanders.
Yep. And
Lopez goes through, Brzezinski too.
Brzezinski! Nice that he saved it. Super exciting race these guys are showing us at the moment, and I think it was quite a little bit off when saying these tires last only for 30 laps. All they're sectioned.
What I can tell you right now, if I'm only looking at those pictures, is that the tires of Bernard Mrouz are way better than those of Brzezinski and Wanders.
Yes, definitely.
Because you can actually see the flat spots on the tires of Brzezinski and Wanders already. And those flat spots, if you get them on all 4 tires, it costs you around, let's say 2 to 3 seconds a lap. And that's, actually you just have to try to avoid those flat spots on your tires. And here we can see that Brzezinski's right front tire pretty extremely. It makes a big difference. Wanders trying
to get Wanders come from?
Oh shit! No swearing, sorry.
That's not.
Just have to remember myself in those situations.
Don't be your usual self, just enjoy the moment. I know. That's ridiculous. He's in 8th. That's very interesting. Didn't expect that at the beginning.
Driving a pretty comfortable race, just doing his own race, not caring about any other, driving his own strategy, his own driving style, and if it works out, if he doesn't make mistakes, he didn't so far. So basically, everything working fine for him.
Absolutely, and we just quickly go through the order once again to the front-running cars. Michael Teichmann, who's not in the lead anymore. What hasn't... Wait. Is that the fight for the lead? Okay, it is. Pedro Lopez already coming on an attack from Michael Teichmann. Has Teichmann been into the pits? No way. That definitely has too much he's definitely too close to Lopez. Oh, big slide from Teichmann right there in the background of your picture.
I guess Teichmann's tires are going down rapidly at the moment. I mean,
Yeah,
we are 3 laps over the expectations of the duration of the tires.
Yeah, black tires, of course, holding out a little bit longer than they do. And Teichmann's going into the pits. Yep, definitely. Let's see if he makes it stick for the pit speed limiter. He does perfectly. And let's say we keep an eye on it. Oh, that's very close. Spot
He missed it. Oh my goodness me, he missed it.
Yeah, he'll certainly not be happy with his crew about that, placing in the wrong spot. But let's say Moscato is just coming up to the entry of the pit stops, and I think he will go around for another lap. He does, and Teichmann will be absolutely furious about that.
That will be
pit
pretty
stop.
Close, I guess.
I think Moscato should be
not.
fine.
Yeah, maybe not with Moscato, but with Mroos in the back.
Oh yeah, that's quite a large group coming around. Lopez and now Mroos coming around as well.
Oh, Mroos will get pretty close, but Mroos is through.
Yes, and also Teichmann still has to heat up the tires, so bring the heat into the tires. So he definitely has to, watch out for whatever he's doing right now.
Now we can try and just calculate a little bit, and if we do that, but we never do, so... But, actually we know that Teichmann would be still in third if he didn't miss his pit spot. And that will pretty much make him furious, I guess. If those other guys won't pit as soon as possible... Lopez really slow into the pits.
I think he got confused, and he went definitely over this limit. He definitely went over the limit right there.
I don't think so.
Okay, you'd say that. But then again, Pedro Lopez leading from the lead of the race, going into the pits. He was challenged by Michael Teichmann before, and he will definitely come out ahead of Michael Teichmann.
Well, Teichmann made the mistake in the pit spot, but Lopez made the mistake in the pit entry. Maybe it's getting pretty close, but I guess Lopez should be in front still.
Yes, he definitely does, and Moscato's is going around at the moment, and I think Lopez, the other one...
It's Lopez against Lopez.
Exactly. It's getting confusing right now, but it's one of these guys is Brazilian, the other one is Spanish, and they're driving for different teams, and Pedro Lopez defending from Pablo Lopez for the moment. That's exactly the moment I've always been waiting for. Commentators dream, 2 drivers with the same name, basically. And Lopez, very wide on the pit edge, on the corner entry, and we can see Lopez attacking the other Lopez. Oh, sorry, that's getting way out of hand already.
just remember the Schumachers in the beginning of the 2000s in F1.
Yeah, I mean...
but usually one of them was about 1 lap ahead of the other one. So
exactly, and Lopez just ran a little bit wide and let Lopez run through. We should stop it right here and just accept... Pablo running away super wide. He just lost the position he gained against Pedro.
There must have happened something with Bernard Moose, as he's now 6 seconds down of Michael Teichmann.
But he's still running. Perhaps just made a mistake somewhere.
Actually,
we were just praising him.
Actually, his front doesn't look pretty well.
But that looked like it before. So after his spin at the top of the crest, moves into the pits. Let's see anyone else. Moscato into the pits as well. The lead of the race. Now. Yeah, definitely reacting.
We're 18 laps into the race. Now lap 19 running.
But Pablo Lopez is still going. And a quite good pace, in my opinion. It's not too bad. For the moment, he looks quite okay. A little bit slidey, but then again... Oh, Teichmann spinning! Teichmann spinning!
Holy moly!
But he saved it! That could have gone very wrong right there.
Maybe Pablo Lopez going for a one-stop strategy?
One-stop strategy.
I mean, if you can bring it down, it would be absolutely amazing. But Teichmann! Saved it again.
Tell you what, if he's continuing like that, he's gonna run out of luck very, very soon. Or
Yeah,
skill.
also he's going.
Out for sure.
Also, he's going to run out of tires if he's doing that all the time.
Should ask Ken Block for a set of drift tires. But yeah, as I said before, of course, right now you can visually see the difference how much time Pablo Lopez, of course, lost against the guy in the lead, the other Lopez. Sorry. Oh god, this is all so confusing. But then again, I think Pedro just went into the pits. Yeah, Pablo, sorry. Oh god. Sorry. I'm not doing this intentionally, it's just a little bit confusing. Okay, Pablo, not for the one-stop strategy. Yeah, basically, let's see where he comes out. Angel Gonzalez is also into the pits. That's gonna be interesting. Oh, okay, Pablo already underway. And
let me take a look on the live view to check if there are still any drivers without a pit stop yet so far. But I pretty much guess that. Sorry for that, but I pretty much guess there shouldn't be.
Professionalism is key here, right? Bernard Roos fighting against Richard Wonders once again. Wonders already in a fight. He just exited the pits a few laps ago, and also did Roos, I think. No, Roos must have been in the pit in the last lap. So his tires should be back to temperature, but at the moment it looks like Wonders has the upper hand and wants to gain another position to get back into 8th. He was running in 4th before, he was, right? 4th or 5th. We saw a good fight from him and one of the Lopez's as these guys fly over the crest. And just say, where's Volland? Still about 30 seconds behind Wonders. Oh, Wonders going looking for the inside, but Roos tried to close him off right there. Wonders going wide and Roos going for the switchback. Can he pull it off?
Oh, that's a dangerous corner to do it. Oh yeah, that's one, man. Roos just backed up. Yeah, he backed up. He went safe there.
Probably the best decision judged on how aggressive Richard is at this. Richard Wonders is at this stage of the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then again, you know, if you want to go, if you want to do good, you have to go on attack mode at some point and try to clear drivers as fast as you can. I could only imagine, especially with the tires. If you follow a car, it's going to be very difficult to keep your tires in check.
I'm pretty sure Las Ortegas wasn't in the pits yet. He's up in 4th.
Oh yeah, definitely. So he's one of these candidates. One-stop strategy, actually. Just have to go for another 6 laps. It will be horrifying for his car. But then again,
but he's looking good so far.
He does, right?
I mean, if you can save a pit stop, he jumps up the order pretty far.
He does, and even if he's going slow, as long as these guys who definitely will overtake him in the next few corners, basically.
Yeah, but first of all, they have to.
Again, yeah, of course, and it's slowing them down as well. So as long as he keeps it steady and on the track and keeps it out of trouble, he's doing everything he needs to jump up the grid. The order, as you said before. Yellow flags. Yellow flags. There's been someone spinning. Lucas Miranda was spinning in the hairpin.
Was he in the pits? I don't think so.
He was really early as well.
Oh, okay.
He's just been way up front to be there. Wait, Pablo Lopez has been. Yeah, he just returned, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, just better grip for the Moronta racing car.
Let both of them go. Yeah. Right decision.
Definitely wise decision. The only thing you could do, right? If they are going for it, they have basically all advantage they could even.
I mean, both of them still dueling. One is now with a mistake.
No, Solomon.
Solomon, sorry for about
no worries.
Just mixed up the skins.
No worries. You correct me on the Lopez's, and I correct you on all the other cars. If that's okay for you.
Yeah, well then I've been getting pretty angry with myself.
Okay, we help each other out as wherever we can. Wonders, this time against Pablo Lopez.
That's Pablo Lopez.
Thank you. Exactly.
Just so I'm sure you're right.
Pablo Lopez really slow at the moment. On the other hand, Wander's really fast. He's absolutely flying around the circuit. Do you still check the lap times? Because I want to know. Is it possible that Wander's is actually the fastest car on track right now?
Lopez and Teichmann are a little bit faster still.
Okay.
But yeah, they're driving in their own league so far.
They are.
I mean, they're 30 seconds ahead of P3.
Wander's really late on the brakes and he nearly ran into the back of Pablo Lopez on a very, very dangerous position. Basically, every corner around here is dangerous.
Wander's is driving extremely aggressive. Oh!
He goes for it.
Well, he's driving extremely aggressive today, especially on the brakes. Never seen him doing that on TCC yet.
No.
Maybe he's changing his driving style for the series. He's got the inside. Next corner, outer line, but could work.
Could work, but again, Lopez is still there. No, he gives it up.
Yeah, he gives it up.
It is not there anymore, but very well. Okay, Wander super aggressive, made it around Lopez for 3 corners basically. Absolutely brilliant stuff we saw from these two guys fighting along in lap 23 out of 53, so still 30 laps to go. Quite a long race to go still.
Yeah, well, I mean, Solomon. My fucking god! I mean, Wanders was in front of Lopez already, and just made a little mistake, so he dropped behind him. I guess he should be the faster guy so far. Teichmann with another mistake.
Exactly, he's absolutely so much faster than Pedro Lopez.
It's Pedro
Thank
Lopez.
you. Oh man, sorry, I'm mixing up these guys. So much faster than Pedro Lopez up in front, but he couldn't make it work. Like, he's doing so many mistakes right now.
Yeah, well, Teichmann is by far the fastest guy on track so far. We shouldn't
pole position, yeah.
We shouldn't even discuss about that, but he makes so many mistakes. Maybe he should just drop his pace by, let's say half a second and do no mistakes. It would even work out pretty well for him. He should be in a comfortable lead then, but yeah, it's not working that way, it seems.
No, you mean you gotta go for it anyways. So if you're so much faster, actually it's not that much faster at the moment. Looks like he's a little bit faster than Pablo Lopez. Just judging Pedro Lopez.
Yeah, just say Lopez, and I guess Lopez. Everyone will be fine. And
oh man, but I can't. I have to say the first name as well. It's just my style, you know. Anyways, he doesn't look like he's that much faster than Lopez up front, and he's not gaining at all. Exactly, just losing places by basically what looks to me like basic driving. As I say that, he's going absolutely sideways through that corner in the S's. And locking up both tires into the chicane, which doesn't help him either. And again, he just made 2/10 of a second out of it. Mark.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
Solomon, a little bit dropping down the order now, right behind Warners, now leaving the space for Lopez. I guess Lopez will get this position pretty soon. Nice switchback, really nicely done.
Absolutely.
But Lopez got the inside.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't risk it. He shouldn't be.
No, not in that corner.
Not in that corner.
But then again, Lopez just going around the outside once again. Solomon is really defending hard. But yeah,
Solomon is struggling pretty hard. But I guess he's trying to get a little gap for his teammate there.
Okay, that should be possible. No, Solomon in the pits. That's odd. After 25 laps? No, 24 laps actually, that is. It's not even done 24, it's in lap 23 still. I wonder if he has run into some kind of technical issue on his end, perhaps. What is he doing? Trying to get heat into the tires? I think it's just... No, that's a regular pit stop. Okay, interesting. Perhaps switching to a different compound, wasn't really happy with it.
Actually, I think something went pretty wrong at the pit stop of Las Boteglas as well, as he dropped to 15th, right behind Raglan. He lost around 1 minute in the pits at all. That's that's 30 seconds too much.
Yeah, definitely, to gain any positions from the one-stop strategy.
That's pretty odd.
That's super odd.
Did
very
a great
unfortunate as well.
race so far. Now he's driving his fastest lap.
Okay, perhaps change of strategy. Going for another set of reds. Which tires does he have on? Blacks. Okay. Perhaps trying to make the best out of them and going then for a quick stint on the reds. Well, or he just sticks it with a one-stop
pretty
strategy.
close between Miranda and Moscato. 4 P.
Miranda and Moscato. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Miranda, he's been very impressive in the LMP2 class, can't stress it even enough. Trying to hold on to a podium position right here. He was also quite quick in Watkins Glen at the race 1, but couldn't make any out of it. And I don't even know where he finished. Must have been in the top 10 though. Yeah, Moscato trying to find a way around Miranda, who's having actually damaged rear wing slightly. Oh, Moscato, so much more grip out of the carousel corner. Absolutely impressive. Miranda now covering the inside, now going for the outside, blocking Moscato and then running wide. And I think Moscato just says, thank you very much, you can block someone else next time. And yeah, right, Miranda struggling a little bit on the tires, I think. And blocking up that much didn't help him either. And now he got Richard Warners behind him.
Yeah, Warners is doing a pretty well second stint. Really fast so far. Stint looks better than the first. But,
definitely.
Yeah, how hard does he work on his tires for that pace?
I think, and he's not running with someone else like he was before when he was fighting. He was a little bit too aggressive, perhaps, but as long as he's in free air, it looks like it's absolutely fine. Miranda
got some really heavy issues so far. Yep. He's dropped like 3 seconds on his own lap time. Those are connection issues, but he's back.
He'll be glad to be back. But then again, he just crossed the 50% mark of the race, so he'll get points at this point anyways, as long as he stays within 15th place it is, which is currently occupied by Las Boteglas. Yeah, once again, high attrition rate.
He tries it.
Yeah, he does.
And Miranda misses it once again on that corner.
I think Miranda just basically realized
I guess he
should let him through.
He has to pit.
Yeah, definitely.
He's losing so much time at the moment on those tires.
As I said, Miranda pitted a little bit earlier than everyone else around him, which was super odd, and I thought, like, that's not gonna work.
And maybe he's just trying to gain this one pit stop back, but it just doesn't look too good. It's just a little bit too slow for that at the moment.
Especially if you have some guys like Moscato and Warners around you, which are super on. Oh, there's been a huge fight going on with one of the Bravo race cars. Let's see if we can find it in time. That's Angel Gonzalez and Gustavo Brusensky, who's been running in 4th or up into 3rd at this point already. He's now dropped down to 11th. I think he had just 1 pit stop so far, so the race is not going too well for him. He's now trying to stay within the slipstream of his leading teammate Pedro Lopez ahead. I got it right this time, right? Okay, perfect. And of course, staying ahead of Angel Gonzalez, right behind him. And oh, Gonzalez super late on the brakes, but he makes it without a collision. Well done. Hats off. Can do that. Of course, the front right doesn't say thank you.
But you shouldn't do that too often.
Exactly. But then again, both of these guys are struggling so much, and it's hard to see how these guys are going around the circuit.
I don't really know what is going on with Brusensky in this race, as he was so freaking fast during the qualifying. But it's definitely not his race.
I think, you know, I said it before you joined me. I've mentioned it before. These guys who already have one race in, they basically, yeah, you know, they have the advantage of having another race, and these guys were completely new to it, on first time going for the race distance. which could have been avoided. Oh, Brusensky trying to make it back.
Oh,
Oh, Gonzalez! Well, speaking of that, experience and stuff, I think that one race the other guys have more just makes so much difference. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous at this point if you just jump in, see how tires go, and you have basically such a huge disadvantage over these guys who have already one race.
Teichmann was definitely back in the pits. He's now into third.
Okay, yeah, so that must have been a pit stop. We'll catch up to that at any moment.
Yeah, that means his second stint was only lasting about 10 laps.
Oh, there's someone coming
and he's
around.
back into
Moscato. Moscato is just spun and he's now stalled it, and now he is gaining pace back. His control will surely not be too happy about this region. I think that's Kenneth Ragland, who's also a lap down right behind him, and there's Pablo Lopez overlapping Kenneth Ragland for once. And Ragland, what has happened to him? He was running in third in qualifying.
Oh no, actually, I'm pretty much mistaken. Sorry about my last call. Teichmann never do a pit stop. He just dropped it. Oh, what the hell did my? No, he must have done a pit stop. The gap timing wasn't correct just a second ago, because it said Teichmann just only 8 seconds behind Lopez.
Okay, no, that couldn't be correct. At least not from what we see on track. But then again, you know, sometimes weird stuff happens. Eichmann now has to defend from Richard Wanders, who's already in third.
Oh, big
and
mistake.
He's trying to gain another place.
Yeah.
He does. Easily. This guy is absolutely flying. How the hell does he do that?
It's just Teichmann making too many mistakes. It's absolutely crazy so far.
But Moscato also did a mistake, and was Wanders? Yeah, Wanders was in fifth. Now he's into second, so someone else must have dropped off as well or went into the pit lane. And Teichmann will be absolutely fuming because he has so much race-winning pace in his car, in his green and white TR Brewers Motorsports machine. But he cannot capitalize it in any way. And
well, I don't want to jinx it, but just one more guy to drop down for Wanders. He's climbing up.
I mean, Lopez at this point could basically say, "Hey, I've got this." He can nearly do another pit stop, additional pit stop. Of course, he shouldn't do, but he could, and he can relax so much up in the lead right now. And I think if he's gonna throw it away, he's gonna do it big time.
Yeah, but if you know one thing, and you should know that as a driver yourself, if you begin to relax, you're driving like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, but of course not too much. Tires are still a thing, and tires will definitely, no matter if he wins it or not, tires will say, "Hey man, you're great in P1 and stuff, but I don't like you to be there anymore because you just treated me like," yeah, basically the word you just said a few seconds ago.
Yeah, his last lap was 2 seconds slower than his fastest one, so I guess he's already slowing down a little bit.
Definitely also running on this set of tires for, I think, 15 laps now, so
13.
13, yeah, okay. Then again, pit stops coming up in the next few laps, and tires, he's definitely struggling on tires. Then again, going back to the race action, as Richard Wanders and Michael Teichmann had it coming together. Yeah, let's quickly check on the replay. Teichmann already super close in the chicane. I wouldn't do that if it was him, but okay. Take us through it.
Oh, please don't do that.
Oh no. But okay. They both came off quite okay, I think. And back to the live action.
He tries it. I've seen that already.
Oh, collision between these two.
That is just too aggressive. It doesn't even make any sense so far for both of them. Wanders is pretty much one pit stop down to Teichmann, so it doesn't make sense to defend that aggressive. And Teichmann has the way fresher tires and doesn't have to attack that aggressive. That's not the the biggest.
Not the right strategy call, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
let's put it like this. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I couldn't help you out on that. Anyways, crazy to see how much Wonders has now chopped off on pace. He was running easily with Teichmann just a few seconds ago when he was doing mistakes, and now Wonders goes for the pits. Okay, just as I said.
It's pretty interesting to see extremely long first stints and then see those short second ones.
But then again, still 20 laps to go after that, so Wonders perhaps
will
into the pits a little bit too early.
Wonders will be getting to the finish. I'm pretty sure about that. But I actually don't know about Teichmann, as he stopped around, I guess, 5 to 6 laps ago.
I think he wants to try to stretch it until the end. Oh, no way. Does he?
Wonders or Teichmann?
Teichmann.
Maybe he tries it. I mean, we've seen Teglas doing it, so it's possible.
Ooh, Lopez and Roos.
But I actually
is for position.
But I actually think Teichmann would lose too much time against Wonders.
Yeah, I think so too.
He should stop in one.
Also, he was way too aggressive. Sorry to cut you off there. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, Lopez having the run on Roos, going for the outside for the hairpin at the end of sector 2. It is. No, it is not. But at the end of the drag strip. Lopez making it stick around the outside of Roos, and Roos will certainly be not happy about it, especially after his team yesterday having shown not a good performance either, and today he's struggling as well. Team owner, of course, at the wheel. This time, yesterday, it was his brother's duty, but then again, Roos is basically just here to collect some points at this stage of the race, and of course, that doesn't prevent him from defending his position, his fourth position he just had in a few moments ago. And Diogo Moscato's not too far away either. He's running in third. It looks like he's currently, to me, looks like he's the slowest out of this group, a small group of 3 cars. But this is, of course, for a podium position. And despite you're gonna get praised for it too much, a podium position is still a podium position, even if it's a North American open wheel series. Let's put it like that.
Do you want to talk the series down, or?
No. I want to refer to the. Yeah, okay. I get what you mean. That was not my intention. Oh, Roos into the gravel right behind him. Spinning around again.
Yeah, no. Well, little hit on the back. Let's hope he didn't take too much damage.
I think he should be fine, but that amount of time we lost there is super, and especially speaking about the tires once again. And also he had a moment at the beginning of the race already, right at the top of that corner.
I guess he's pretty lucky with his tires in that corner, as he just slipped it on the on the gravel. So he shouldn't have to brake too hard on the track, on the track surface. So his tires should be fine. But yeah. We all know if you got some aero damage, especially to the rear wing, yeah, your lap times decrease a little bit.
Moscato, he's gone. Moscato must have gone to the pits. Yes, he did, and he's coming out of it already. I just no, he's going into it. That's a very late pit box.
Yeah. Also Pedro Lopez was into the pits too, so Teichmann just onto. I guess 3 seconds around.
Oh, Roos again! No!
Oh, he climbed up the order so far and now is throwing it all away.
Oh man, that's super unlucky. A really heartbreaking moment for him. And
I can tell you, his tires will be fucked now. That's not looking good.
It's not the word I've used, but yeah, it's certainly you are definitely right.
Surely you have used that.
Not on stream. Not on stream. I'm trying to make it at least somewhat audible. Yeah. Is that the right word?
As we're not monetizing this shit, I don't care.
Yeah, okay, fuck that. No, sorry. Just, yeah, anyways. Back to the racing action. Can we point out that Philip Fallon is already in 7th?
Yeah, but I guess he's still 1 pit stop down.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but he is.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. Philip Fallon has to go to the pits for another time, for sure. unless he's an absolute madman, and he's definitely not. At least not in OWC. Just look at the state of his rear tires. You can see visibly the flat spot that are on these black Firestone rubbers.
I mean, it's only 17 laps from now, so maybe he should pit stop as soon as possible, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
To not waste his tires and his fuel too much.
He's fifth. Someone has pitted as well.
Yeah.
Guess Titus? No, he was behind. No, he was in front of them. Right? Must have been. Carlos Frost coming out of the corner. I think he was. Oh, Fuller now coming under attack from Salomon, going for the inside with much fresher tires.
Yeah.
And Salomon now in the outside and easily look at the grip difference. Holy cow! Yeah, Holland basically just standing in the corner and now it's locking up the brakes.
Yeah.
Nearly hit Solomon into the rear of Solomon.
If you hear me do a pit stop.
Yeah, exactly. If you hear me, for God's sake, do a pit stop. It's not too much to do. Lucas Miranda just basically said thank you very much and just gained another position back. Miranda's race is really silent so far, but also a really roller coaster. It's up and down the order all over the place and so out of sync when it comes to the pit stops.
Yeah, like, as he's on a completely different strategy. He climbs and drops the order all the time, pretty heavy. But it's exciting to see that.
It is, right? Lopez once again in third as well. Teichmann in second.
And in first.
And Lopez is first as well. Different one though. Let's go quickly through the order with what is it? 15 laps to go. No. Wait, it is 15 laps. Yeah, thank you very much. So Pedro Lopez coming around to end of lap 33 for Bravo Racing. He's looking very keen to repeat the success he had in Watkins Glen. Thank you. Michael Teichmann, who didn't finish in Watkins Glen, but is now running in second and actually gaining once again on Lopez. And if he's not making another pit stop, he perhaps is in for a good shot.
Yeah, he will definitely make another pit stop.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he couldn't drop those lap times if he won't do another pit stop. I mean, if he won't do it, he has to drive around 25 laps on those tires, and I'm pretty sure he couldn't do those lap times then.
Okay, fair enough, but we'll see what happens. Quickly gonna go through the grid anyways. Richard Warner's in third for the moment, but he has to do another pit stop as well.
I don't think so.
Okay, you called it. Gabriel Salomon in fourth, teammate of Richard Warner's, of course. I think he's done as well, if I'm not correct, with the pit stops, of course. Lucas Miranda, so much out of sync that we have absolutely no clue what pit strategy is on. Running in fifth, close to Salomon ahead. Pablo Lopez currently in sixth, ahead of Carlos Frau, who definitely has to make another pit stop. Lasso Teglas in eighth, could do until the end of the race. And Diogo Moscato just come out of the pits, currently in ninth, another one of the Moronta Racing cars. Bernard Roos, the spin king, basically. Oh, Lopez, that's the leader, just ahead of him. Nearly going off the track, and Roos, basically without... Is Roos faster than Lopez? Is he really thinking about it? Don't do that, please.
Yeah, well, Roos is on way fresher tires so far.
Okay, fair enough, but still, like, okay. Sorry. Blue
Also,
flags, of course, are not that important in this series. Like, you can basically ignore them if you are able to make it safe. But again, you still have to make it safe.
I guess he should get out of the way of Teichmann.
I think so too, but
because it's the fight for the lead. I mean,
yeah. Anyways, just coming back to the ending moment sign. Joe Gastides on the home soil in 11th. Philip Folland after his pit stop in 12th, but he will surely make it up. Gustav Brusensky fighting still with Angel Gonzalez for 14th, and Kenneth Ragland down into 15th and running off the circuit. And John McDonald will love to see that, and he's running in 16th, and thus currently the last car running on track, and out of the points he is by just one position. Okay, back to the lead fight. We were speaking about it. Carlos Frau going into the pits. Yep, thank you. That exactly was correct. And Pedro Lopez has to. I think he has to get a little bit more inventive, or like, yeah. If he's wanna stay there until Teichmann's pit stop. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Do you think there's been a fight going on? We just saw that on the back straight, or basically going into the SS, and there's also been a little fight between a few cars in the hairpin. And, oh, that's Miranda versus Salomon. So quite a few fights going on track right now. Miranda so late on the brakes.
Way too aggressive.
Yeah, definitely way too late. But perhaps he was caught out by the bump. Could have worked, but if you go a little bit too fast, I think the cars just basically go straight, because you lose a little bit of grip when the car goes over the crest. I'm not too sure either. I haven't driven these cars around that track, but there's a quite noticeable bump. So that issue has been solved at the moment for Salomon, but he won't be too happy about it either, the way it's solved. Anyways, further down the order we saw a good fight going on between, I think it was Brzezinski and is that Gonzalez still? Yeah, and Frau is also in the mix there, right there. He's going in between them. And now Frau has to defend. And oh! Brzezinski actually helps Frau to stay in 12, or get into 12 for the moment, and get rid of an attacking Angel Gonzalez. And that issue is, that fight has been going for so long. Gonzalez is so super aggressive on these tires. Frau just came out of the pits a lap ago, and now has to defend from his fellow countryman, driving for a completely different team though. And yeah, two Spaniards fighting here in sunny California for P12. Brzezinski's not out of the mix either. He's definitely keen to gain the positions back. He just lost a few corners ago. Gonzalez, can he make it? No. Does he have the better run out of the corner? We can see from Frau's onboard, but he doesn't make it, and they actually pretty safe on the brakes, all of them. That's good racing without any contact this time. And now Gonzalez has the better run through the S, as you can see it, but he lost it right there on the bump, and once again the bumps catching him out, but not too much lost for Gonzalez. Oh, that was a big amount of curb for Carlos Frau's MPG competition car. Gonzalez, will he think about it into the last corner? He's definitely late on the brakes, but Frau just stays there. Absolutely brilliant defending from him. Like, you have to stand the pressure, and we will see in a few laps time if he's able to stay where he is. Lasso Taylor's just been into the pits. We saw that in the background right there, and that means another position gain for Frau, Gonzalez, Brzezinski, and I think that's basically it. Yes. Ragland must have made another mistake, because he was overtaken by John McDonald just a few corners ago. Oh! Carlos Frau stuck on the curb, and he just lost one of the positions he just gained against.
Also, McDonald and Ragland just dueling at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. No, not anymore.
Ragland into the pits.
I just wanted to switch to that fight, but I think Ragland just thought better of it and do another pit stop. He's going on to the Reds.
His last pit stop wasn't so far back then, so also was that Salomon?
That must have been Salomon, yes indeed. Salomon into the pits, that's interesting. I didn't expect that to happen anymore. Also Roos and Gastides fighting for P8, Poland versus the United States, and Salomon just got for P7, exactly, thank you. Sorry, I should listen to you more often, I think.
Yeah, just sometimes, it's enough.
Okay, perfect. I will definitely forget that as soon as the stream has ended. So, Bruce versus Gastides. This fight has been going on for quite a bit as well now, at least for the last 3 laps, which is more than we could have wanted. And Bruce trying to defend, going slightly on the defensive line into the carousel section, but now Gastides could have had the run.
Did Teichmann do a pit stop?
Yes. Definitely did. Like, he's now a minute behind, I think. Oh wait, sorry, you're right. I just mixed up the timing. Teichmann still must have made a pit stop.
Yeah.
35 seconds. I think that's quite safe, the pit stop. Also, Miranda.
Wanders made a pit stop too.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
because
man.
he lost another position to the very lucky Lucas Miranda, who we just look at right now.
Is Wanders on the reds now?
Nope,
Oh,
he's still running on the black tires. And Lopez right
interesting.
behind him. Yeah, exactly. I would have gone for the reds at his point. Like, I don't know if Ragland is able to do 12 laps on the red, but Wanders definitely don't want to offend Ragland, of course, but Wanders definitely has the ability in all ways to compensate the reds or to nurse the reds home for the last few remaining laps. Anyways, Pablo Lopez currently seems to have the upper hand in pace of the Dutchman just in front. So that's another all-European duel we see all around this American track. But just lost a lot of space near ground to Wonders in that hairpin. And perhaps we just keep an eye on it, but perhaps that's basically it for the moment. Oh, and Roos and Gastitis going for it. Once again, Roos had to defend right there, Gastitis going for the outside. And now Roos trying to keep the orange Team Bernie car just ahead of the blue and all colors car of FRA Sim Racing. Is he the highest running FRA Sim Racing car on the grid? Yes, he is. And the sole remaining FRA car. That's unfortunate. I think team owner Carmack Spoiler will not be too happy about that. Oh no, sorry, Angel Gonzalez. No, wait. Tuki Gonzalez is the other one, right? It's so confusing to have two Gonzalez and two Lopez on the entry list, and
Is it?
it is, for me at least. I mean, I tend to mix up my best friends in real life as well with their first names, so basically not my strength. But then again, racing is, and both of them were stuck on the curb. Because you saw the basically massively slowing down on the curb, and it's catching out these cars quite a lot.
We all know that if you're driving behind one who's making a mistake, you pretty much do the same mistake.
Yes, exactly.
It's
Okay, Mark.
so
through it.
tempting to do that. Yeah, well, Gastitis now trying it. Moose blocking the inside. Maybe a switchback move. Not possible. I mean, it's a very... Oh! Moose with the mistake, and Gastitis should be through.
Exactly. Well, that wasn't short as expected, so I have to start babbling once again.
Yeah. We are all frightened already.
I hope. I hope so.
Wanda's closing pretty big against Miranda so far. Around 2 seconds per lap.
And also he's...
Should get pretty close pretty soon.
And also he's 3 laps up, 3 seconds up, sorry, of Pablo Lopez right now. So Wanda's once again playing out the I have the superior pace card and putting it to good use.
Yeah, well, at least he's got the superior tires, as he
Absolutely.
just stopped a few laps ago. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it should work out.
Should work out, right?
Take the podium, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, ask Michael Teichmann about his race. Better don't. If you want to bring a volcano into eruption, then better don't ask him about his race, I think.
Oh, I definitely will.
Okay, have fun doing that. Wonders, yeah, as you said, gaining a lot of on Miranda right now, and Miranda will be fuming about his very weird pit sequence he just had. Where's he gone?
He's in the...
Okay.
I just thought he was in the pits.
Yeah, me too. That would have been super odd. Like,
Ragland just DNF'd, so everyone who's driving right now will get points at least.
I know some certain Australian who will be super happy about that. There's just one in the field, and it's John McDonald, who's actually in 15th and was out of the points for so long of the race. But now he's into it, back and gaining 1 sole point at the moment, and surely does anyways, because no matter where you finish at this point, you will get points for it.
Yeah, and I actually know a big German prick who would be pretty much frustrated if he's still driving, because he would be 16. Get no
speaking about yourself.
I don't know, do I?
Maybe. Back to the racing action. Wander's actually super close to Miranda now up ahead, and as it's coming into the final stage of this race, Wander's looking good to get a podium, or looking forward to get a podium, a potential podium, here around the last few corners of this circuit. Of course, we're racing the IndyCar. How the hell is...
Yeah, he's messing up this corner every lap now.
I mean, he wants to stay on the podium, right? So he has to do something, but that's
but I don't think that's the way. That's not the way.
Exactly. As you just said, now Miranda has to defend definitely in the next few corners from him. Oh, the super sliding. Also, the lag is getting in there. And Wander's...
No. Don't have to. He just doesn't have to do it there. He can easily do it. Yeah, maybe prepare in the next corner and then try it into the hairpin. Exactly. Running out of the carousel, he definitely has more grip. Yeah, you can see it now. Easily breezing past at the straight. Of course, he has to go for the outside. But then again, he should be able... Miranda just gave it up, and perhaps the wisest decision he could do. Okay, he's not getting on the podium. Next battle going on for 6th between Moscato and Gastidis, who's closing up pretty well at the moment.
And there's Salomon as well. Yes. Running on board with Salomon, looking to the fight between Gastidis and Moscato, but he holds the inside line. Can he make it? Fast on the power, but Gastidis has to run, surprisingly, and for the moment, they're all switching around. Oh, that's gonna hang in tears very soon.
He doesn't see him.
Oh, this is super interesting to see. I'm running actually out of words right now for the fight between Salomon, and now it's trying to make it into the hairpin, and there's... Oh, no, that was a long way coming. Moscato basically spun off by braking too late. And
the race control will definitely check the scene before too, between Salomon and Gastidis, as Salomon was pushed out of the track pretty hard. But maybe he lets him through.
Oh, Salomon trying to make it 2 instead of 1 within 1 lap. Can he make it stick? Once again, a blue car on the inside at that corner. It's never going to end that well. And they touch once again, wheel banging at least, if not even more. And Salomon gaining 2 places. And Gastidis on home soil, up 1, down 1.
Little slip there, Gastidis will try.
Moscato in the background wobbling, but here we go. Can he make it stick? Switchback perhaps? No chance. Not at all for Joe Gastidis right behind Salomon. And he's now looking to have the better run out of the S's, but no chance. Look at the superior grip Salomon just has. And Gastidis nearly going for the runoff area right here. And now it's Moscato
and Bruce.
Exactly.
Action everywhere. Also,
final stages.
McDonald just overtook Gonzalez. I guess he must have pitted one more time.
It's for the outside.
Oh, what the hell?
That was weird.
He just... Yeah, well, he pretty much blocked all of his tires.
I mean, Nico Rosberg would have been proud of him in Hockenheim 2009, when he was going basically in the wrong direction as well. But anyways, I think Bernie Bruce will be slightly happy about the way it worked out anyways, and him giving him another position. And he's now not looking on target for P7 it is, but surely tries to do his best to stay there, because I think Philip Holland is now closing up exactly to these two as well, and he's trying to get a piece out of the cake that the positions of Diogo Moscato's tires are absolutely gone at this point. I'm quite sure Volland going to the inside, the German of the Brazilian, can he make it work? Definitely hugging the inside line at the apex, perfectly executed That's how you outbrake people. And Moscato was trying to go for the run, but a big fat MPG car definitely not moving out of the car, out of the way for some Brazilian. Anyways.
Yeah, well, that's
Volland, but I mean the car itself. Oh, Volland!
Yeah, I mean it's another reference to Fat Kimi. So
I wonder when the Fat Kimi sign will be back on the MPG competition car. But anyways, Volland now up into 9th, and as long as it doesn't repeat any mistakes like it did in the chicane, we should stay there for the moment. Okay, let's quickly check Lopez. No, that's Angel right behind him. Lopez doesn't look like he's able to catch Miranda in time. Any further fights going on? Carlos Frau, another MPG competition car in 11th. Beglas in 12th after his pit stop. Brzezinski dropped so far down. It's absolutely horrifying. Absolutely heartbreaking for him as well, as he was running so well in the first stint of the race, and now he's just down into 13th and running wide in the last
tires
corner.
are done.
Yes, exactly. Penultimate corner it is. John McDonald in 14th and Angel Gonzalez going around in 15th, scoring the sole last remaining point at the moment. But let's go back to the lead group, as that's exactly where the music plays, does it? Pedro Lopez.
Leading comfortably. Won't lead anymore.
Absolutely.
Will win this race.
I think he didn't put any real wrong, at least not on stream, but absolutely brilliantly drove out of, yeah.
Well, he made a mistake on the pit entry one time.
Okay, yeah, true, but that wasn't too big. Like, not the mistake Teichmann had to do with the wrong spot in the pit crew.
But I have to remember, you called him too fast on the pit entry.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That could play a decision, but then again, at this point, it's
still
only 20 seconds.
It would still be 3.5 seconds, so...
Yeah,
but were it really...
Oh, no. He didn't do that. He just let Salomon pass through to give him back another lap, which is absolutely fine. But then again, that gives Teichmann the chance to close up, but I think Teichmann just messed it up.
As usual. No, I mean...
That's what she said.
The thing is... Did Teichmann really... Oh, yeah, well, oops. There we go. Did Teichmann really lose the race due to his mistakes? Or... I mean... The question is,
whoa! Volland and Roos is into the wall in the last lap of the race. Oh! He's trying to take out Teichmann as well. Oh God!
Take out Teichmann. Get back to the. Yeah, just... What a finish!
What a finish! Man, Jimmy just caught that on camera, but you have to go to Pablo. Sorry, God damn it, Pedro Lopez for him coming around.
Pedro Lopez winning the second race of OWC 2020.
Absolutely crazy finish.
Amazing.
Yes, it never put a real wrong aside from
can
the pit
can
entry.
We please switch it back?
Yeah, sure.
Because I guess Volland just let Mroos through one more time, so Mroos is in 8th. Again, now Volland back into 8th. They're still dueling. And Frau is in there too.
Well. Frau's trying to make it. And does he have to run? He has to run.
He didn't get him.
Oh man, what a finish! Oh, it must have been super close on the line, but there are still some cars going around the circuit. As you can see, Teichmann has just finished in 2nd. Richard Wonders is now set to finally gain 3rd or keep 3rd or secure 3rd. Here we go, secure 3rd. He's coming around the corner right now, celebrating his podium. Lucas Miranda will be slightly disappointed, I guess, after this drive. But once again, strong result from him. He does that in WEC, and now he's 4th once again. Pablo Lopez finishing actually close to him in 5th. Congrats to you as well. Gabriel Salomon, of course, congrats to everyone, not only... what the... That's a very slow white car. Isn't that John McDonald? Or is it Diogo Moscato? No, it's Diogo Status. Running in 7th. He's currently still in the race. No, he's not. He's finished as well. Okay.
Yeah, I guess everyone finished now. Pretty close finish between Gonzalez and McDonald in the end.
Moscato just finished 15th. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
McDonald just lost the position on the last, I guess, 2 laps. I don't really know when he dropped. Moscato dropped the whole order in the end. I guess maybe a flat spot on the tire. I'm actually a little bit speechless about the
Yeah,
the last lap we've seen. Was pretty amazing, and absolutely interesting race so far we've seen.
Absolutely, very interesting race. Okay, I just give a quick run through the grid, and then I think we are basically done with it. As apparently no one is up for an interview, unfortunately. As I just get pinged by Jose. We'll just go quickly through the order. So Pedro Lopez won the race for Bravo Racing Team, continuing his success in OWC. Michael Teichmann from pole position down to second in the end. Richard Warner celebrating his third quite a lot.
That was an amazing drive by him.
Absolutely. Super stunning second and third stint. Like, how the hell was he even able to do that? Lucas Miranda finished in fourth ultimately. Pablo Lopez also a strong result in fifth. Gabriel Salomon on debut in sixth in the end. Joe Gastides once again scoring solid points after finishing fourth, now finishing in seventh in the second race. Philip Folland made it to eighth in the end, but that's going to be very interesting to see where everything will end. Bernhard Meus just barely finished ahead of Carlos Frau. Have to quickly check exactly how was the gap between them. But it was 0.04 of a second between them. Laszlo Teglas ultimately finished in 11th, ahead of Gustavo Brusensky, also on debut for 12 scoring points at least, after qualifying in a solid fourth positioning, I guess it was. Angel Gonzalez in 13th, John McDonald just bringing the car finally home in 14 scoring points as well, and the final point went to Diogo Moscato, who is still going around the circuit in 15th. Okay, that was it for today. Any final thoughts from you?
Hope we see the same action during the next races.
Absolutely. Next race is in 2 weeks' time for the OWC, when it will return to the action here in... Wait, give me a second. I don't actually know the next race. It's Enola Motorsports Park in Alabama, I think. Also, next race for the TCC coming up exactly one day before that, as they go around for Brands Hatch in Great Britain. And in between next weekend, we have Easter, and thus means another weekend off. I wish all of you happy Easter in advance, and thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Mark, for joining me. It was once again a superb pleasure, as always, when you commentate with me. And
yeah, just one correction I have to take. Yeah, the NOLA track is in Louisiana, but
yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it happens. You know, us Europeans discussing about states in the New World. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Until then, goodbye.
See you.